walk it out. Move mountains. We gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. The silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. Move mountains. For that we have each other, and we will rise, we will rise, we'll rise, we'll rise. I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I will rise 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up, I like the waves. We'll rise up, in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again.
Hello, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me. Can I get a thumbs up? Perfect, awesome. Awesome, so we have quite a few people here. We're gonna get started in just 1 minute. And if you have not already, I hope you enjoyed that beautiful song. For me, that song is incredibly uplifting. It's called Rise Up by Andra Day. We really want to know what gives you hope during this time. So we want you to go to menti.com and enter the code 922572, or if you're tech savvy, use your phone, take a picture of this QR code, and you can also fill out what gives you hope by taking a picture of that. I'm gonna give you 1 minute to do that, and we're really excited to see what gives you hope during this time, and then we will get started. Just give you a minute to do that. All right. Okay. That was less than a minute, I know, but take a screenshot of this and you can come back to it. And I'll have the code up again in a little bit as well, but we're going to get started. We are so excited to have you with us here tonight to celebrate all of the work that we have done as a coalition in our community, as well as all of the great work that you have been part of to really help us to do all of this work. So happy that you're taking time out of your night to be here. And we would have loved to be in person with all of you. So unfortunately, virtual will have to do for now. But again, just really, really happy that you're here with us tonight. So just some logistics before we dive into everything tonight. I want to let everyone know that this event is being recorded, so just be mindful of that, and we will post this so you can come back and rewatch it in a couple of weeks or whatever. If you missed something and you want to go back, that recording will be available to all of you. Also want to let you know that the chat box function right now is disabled. Just to make it easier for us, if you have a question, please use the Q&A function. So if you move the mouse to the bottom of your screen, there should be a black bar that comes up, and there should be a little bubble looking thing that says Q&A, or it might not be a bubble, but this should say Q&A at the bottom. Just feel free to pose a question there if you have any questions about the work that we do. If you missed something, if you're having a technical issue, somebody from our team will help you if you have any questions. The chat box will be enabled during one of our presenters sections, but for now it's disabled, so just be mindful of that as well. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start with some introductions. So my name is Ivy Watts, and I am the Coalition Coordinator. I've been with Waltham Partnership for Youth for about a year, and it's been an amazing experience. I'm really excited to be part of such a great organization that does such awesome work. And just really, really happy, and I'll be telling you a little bit about the coalition in a minute, but I'm going to also put it out there for my beautiful and amazing coworkers to introduce themselves as well. So Katie and Shanisha, if you want to just take yourselves off mute and introduce yourself, that would be great as well.
Hi everyone, I'm Katie Dowsett, the Executive Director of the Waltham Partnership for Youth. I've been with the organization for almost 4 years now, and it just absolutely feels like home. Of all the jobs I've ever had, this is my favorite, and I love the team that I get to work with every day. So thanks for being here.
And sorry about that. You guys can now see Katie's beautiful face. You couldn't see it before. Now you can see her. And now I'm going to show you Shanisha, another very beautiful face on our team.
Hi everyone, I'm Shanisha Christmas. I am the Youth Leadership Coordinator for Waltham Partnership for Youth in collaboration with the Coalition. I have been a part of the partnership for about going into 5 years now, and I'm super excited about all the growing that we have done over the years, and you will see it shortly how much we've done this year.
Awesome, perfect. This is great. Thank you, Katie and Shanisha. Okay, great. So we're gonna start off by just explaining who we are and what we do. So the Waltham Partnership for Youth Coalition, so we also are Waltham Partnership for Youth in general, and that can get sometimes confusing of what's the difference between your organization and the coalition. And so Waltham Partnership for Youth as a whole has 2 different focus areas. So one of those areas is really around reducing dropout rates. So we have a new program actually this year. It's called Wraparound Waltham, and that is really focusing on reducing dropout rates for immigrant students. And so that's been a really great new program, and Edith Suarez is the lead program manager for that program. And then we also focus on really helping with career exploration for our youth. And so Jessica Sannon is the lead for that program. And this summer, actually, we're doing another year of the summer employment program where students get matched with different organizations and companies and get really hands-on experience of what the real world looks like and really learning different tools and skills to help them in the workplace. So it's a really great opportunity for them. And then we also have translation and interpretation services where students can provide translation services or interpretation services for flyers or at different events, which has been really, really awesome and helpful for us to really create events that are inclusive and for our entire community. So it's an awesome opportunity for students to learn some different tools as well as make some money, of course. So that's the Waltham Partnership for Youth. And then the coalition, we really focus on reducing substance use for our youth as well as raising awareness around mental wellness. And so the coalition is made up of several different sectors in the community. So we have city council members, we have school committee members, we have faith-based leaders, we have parents, we have our amazing trailblazers who you'll hear more about, and those are our student leaders. So we have a bunch of different sectors that come together every month, and we really work together of how we can reduce substance use and improve the mental wellness of our youth. And we do that by looking at data from the Youth Risk Behavior Survey, which you'll hear about in a little bit. And that survey really helps to drive the work that we do each and every single year. So again, very excited to share the work that we have done this last year with the coalition. And so what is tonight going to look like? I'm going to show you a video that really highlights all of the things we have done over the past year. Then we're going to be led in an activity on how we can stress less, which is definitely really important during this really trying time that we're all collectively going through. And we'll have a guest presenter, Kurt Faustin, lead us in that activity. And then finally, we'll wrap it up with an awards ceremony. And I'm really excited about this portion of the event because we get to award so many great people in the community, both youth and adults, who have done amazing things to really promote youth wellness. So we're excited to really award and celebrate all those great people in our community tonight. And then finally, before we get started and I stop talking, I just want to really just thank a couple of people who are here in attendance with us tonight. So the Honorable Jeanette McCarthy, Mayor McCarthy, she is here with us tonight, and we're so grateful for all of her support that she has provided with us over the years, and just grateful for her to be here tonight. I know last year at my first award ceremony, she was there and got to take a picture with her for my own award, and that was really awesome. So definitely thank you, Mayor McCarthy, for being here. The incoming superintendent, Brian Reagan, is here, and I had the opportunity to meet him virtually about a week or two ago. So thank you, Brian, for being here and supporting us. I also want to thank City Councilor Carlos Vidal for being here with us, and again, all of his great work and supporting us and all the work that we do. And then last but not least, school committee member Liz Ajamal, and thank you as well for all of the great work that you do. And then I also want to just thank everyone who has donated to our organization before the event even happened. We had a lot of people who made very generous donations, and that really helps to improve the work that we do as we continue to really help to reduce substance use and improve the wellness for our youth. So we thank you all for your support ongoing. Awesome. So again, if you need any help during our event tonight, please use the Q&A box and we will get to you as soon as we can. And so now I'm going to be showing you, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot a very, very important piece. So there's been a lot of things that have been going on, particularly in the last couple of days with racial tensions. And we wanted to, as an organization, to really just put out a statement to show our solidarity and support for the Black community. And so I really wanted to just take a moment to read this statement to all of you and just letting you know the things that we're hoping to do, the education we're hoping to provide to ourselves, to our students, to really empower them and ourselves to be advocates of change and making a difference and really helping to reduce racism and a lot of the injustices that have been happening, unfortunately, in our communities as of recent. So here's our statement that we are putting out. So we here at Waltham Partnership for Youth would like to take a moment to acknowledge the pandemic of racism and the killing of George Floyd, among others. We stand in solidarity with those who have been deeply and emotionally impacted by this tragedy. Our mission is to leverage and coordinate the assets of our vibrant community to ensure that Waltham youth have access to the resources they need to thrive. Waltham Partnership for Youth is proud to be part of such a diverse community and will continually challenge and educate ourselves to be advocates of change. We stand by our mission today and every day to challenge the world around us to do the same. As an organization, Waltham Partnership for Youth is committed to promoting equality and stands firmly in our support for the Black community. We wholeheartedly believe that Black lives have always and will always matter. These last few days have been undoubtedly difficult, and we encourage you to reach out for help if needed. And for that last piece there, I really, really want to encourage all of you to practice self-care. You know, we're all about mental wellness, and I think there's no shame at all in speaking up and saying that you're having a tough time. And we are always here for a listening ear and to provide you with resources to help you during these tough times. So I know for myself, it's been a very trying time, and the news and the media, it's definitely has not been comforting these last couple of days. So we really encourage you to take care of yourself and encourage you to be those advocates of change and to educate yourself. And so this resource at the bottom of the page, along with many other resources, blacklivesmatterboston.org. This is a resource you can go to see what is happening here in Boston, the efforts around really promoting Black Lives Matter, as well as what you can do to make a difference. So we encourage you to check out that website, educate yourself, and together we can truly make a difference. So with that being said, I really want to figure out how we can really have a lot of hope in our lives, because that's something that we should really have something to hold on to, because as I mentioned, this is a really tough, heavy time. So being able to find something that we can provide with that hope in our lives can be really meaningful. And so I hope you are able to do this Menti. So let me X out of this real quick and refresh and see if this worked, hopefully. Awesome. So we have some responses. So it's a little like not that great colors on my screen, but the big ones that I see are family, youth, Waltham Partnership for Youth. Awesome. I'm so happy that we give you hope. People coming together, positive messages, the Waltham community, La Juventud. I wish I could say that right, and I also don't know what that means. So that would be great to put in the Q&A box unless someone else knows. Helpers, activism, honesty, justice, Obama, Waltham positive messages. Okay, I love that. So I really just wanted you all just to take a moment and just to find something in these trying times that gives you hope. And I hope that some of these messages are inspiring. And tonight, that's really what it's about, is really having some fun and having some hope and positivity in our world. So definitely really appreciate all of you. Oh, okay, perfect. Katie let me know that Juventud, I took Spanish for like 6 years, I should know this, but it means youth, so awesome. All right, so I'm gonna go back to our slides and I'm going to show you all the video that we have put together that really highlights the work that we have done over the last year. So we've definitely really adapted to this new world of technology by creating this video. So I encourage you to sit back, grab a snack or dinner if you haven't already, and really enjoy this video of what we have done this past year.
This year, Waltham Partnership for Youth Coalition was able to successfully continue to implement programming to make an impact on reducing substance use and improving the mental wellness of Waltham youth. We moved into Waltham High School this year, which provided us with an amazing opportunity to further connect with the students. This year, we decided to have a mental wellness series to continually demonstrate the importance of talking about mental health. The first event of this series was the showing of the film Angst for the second year in a row. Angst focuses on raising awareness on anxiety in teens, as well as providing techniques and tools to reduce anxiety. Not only was this film empowering, we were also able to have a panel discussion with school counselors, counselors in our communities, and students who all openly talked about their own experiences managing anxiety for themselves and others. It was a great way to kick off the year on a positive note. In December, a time full of holidays, but also full of stress, we decided to partner with Families for Depression Awareness to host Celebrating You During the Holidays. Families for Depression Awareness led attendees in a discussion on warning signs of depression and how we can help others who are struggling. We then heard from 3 courageous teens who shared their personal stories of their struggle and their resilience and provided amazing insight. In February, we continued on our mental wellness series by celebrating Black History Month with an event focused on reducing mental health stigma in communities of color. We had a resource fair with over 18 mental health organizations, and we then heard from 5 clinicians and advocates of color who all struggled themselves with their mental health at some point in their lives. Attendees walked away with resources and tools to learn how to check in on themselves, others, and ultimately help to break the stigma in their communities. Although our mental wellness series was cut short by COVID-19, we did not let COVID-19 keep us from continuing on our discussions on this important topic. We hosted our first ever virtual event, showing the film Screenagers Next Chapter, along with a panel discussion. Screenagers focused on stress and anxiety due to social media and screen time, and provided tangible tools for families to improve their communication. Our panelists offered strategies for managing anxiety and screen time during COVID-19 and beyond.
Don't be scared of screen time. You really need to be evaluating what they're doing with their time on the screens.
Another suggestion would be maybe giving the kids frequent breaks as they're going through the screen time. So do, like Susanna said, like creative engagement work, and then, okay, take a 5-minute break. Let's run around outside or check your Instagram feed real quick, see what's going on. And then, okay, back to the creative learning type thing. I know I'm doing that personally just to stay my own brain to be healthy. So maybe that could work for your kids. Yeah.
Don't put too much pressure on yourself, but try to create a schedule that works for you. And I think sleeping a little bit later is okay. That's one of maybe the positives of this situation.
We were also led in a short activity on how to stress less by Kurt Faustin, who you'll get to hear from this evening. Across the 4 mental wellness series events, 142 community members participated, many of whom were parents, school and staff administrators, students, and mental health professionals or advocates working in our community. The majority of participants said they learned new information about teenage stress and anxiety, as well as strategies and resources for supporting their loved ones in dealing with mental health issues. In November, we held a panel discussion on the vaping epidemic. Panelists included school staff, medical and public health professionals, and a recent Waltham High School grad. Attendees learned what vaping is, who is using it, and how students are accessing it, what prevention and treatment options are available, and what's being done in and out of school to reduce teen vaping. In between all of these amazing events, we also held our monthly coalition meetings. We have approximately 60 active members across several sectors, including parents, school committee members, members from faith-based communities, mental health professionals, substance use prevention professionals, and of course, our trailblazers, our student leaders at Waltham High. We meet once a month to discuss mental health and substance use prevention efforts in our community. This year, we added another component to our meetings, monthly trainings that focused on topics our coalition members felt were important. We were led in a training on youth participatory action research, fostering team building skills, vaping education and substance use prevention, as well as a trauma workshop. Coalition members have given positive feedback about these trainings, with nearly half of each training's participants saying they've applied those skills to their work or life since the training. In the spring of 2019, all middle school students and high school students were given the Youth Risk Behavior Survey, or the YRBS, which is a CDC survey administered every 2 years, which is designed to monitor the prevalence of health risk behaviors that are often established during adolescence and contribute to the leading causes of death, disability, and social problems among youth and adults. We were able to analyze data on areas such as use of substances, rates of anxiety and depression, suicidal thoughts, bullying, and safety. We had the opportunity to share this data with organizations such as Wayside Youth and Family Support Network and parent-teacher organizations at both the high school and middle school level, which all created meaningful conversations to create change. Our trailblazers even were able to share this data with their peers in sophomore symposium classes. This data helped to influence our programming this year and will help us as we create research projects to further create change in Waltham next school year. During the fall, the Trailblazers teamed up with Improbable Players, an organization that uses theater performances and workshops to address addiction, alcoholism, and the opioid epidemic. And they worked with Improbable Players to create a theater piece to showcase the Youth Risk Behavior Survey data in a creative way. And you are so lucky that you get to see a brief clip of one of their created pieces.
Thank you for tuning into the Trailblazers telecast. First news item from today, a new proposal from student government to alter the school schedule. If passed, WHS students will start each day with 2 hours of recess, followed by mid-morning snack, followed by
Sorry to
3
interrupt.
additional hours.
We have a breaking report from the Waltham Youth Risk Behavior Survey.
Exciting stuff.
This just in, 1 in 5 students at Waltham High School report having used marijuana in the past 30 days.
Everyone take a breath. Those numbers are similar for vaping.
Wait, just look at these charts. Reports of smoking weed in the last 30 days, at least once, goes from 5% in middle school to 20% in high school.
This just in, sharing is not caring. When students were asked where they would get their marijuana and vape products, the most common answer was from a friend.
Thanks, Cinderella. We've just received a statement from local parents. We'd appreciate it if you stopped buying weed from your friends.
I'm so sorry to interrupt, Jeffrey, but this is just in. Smoking marijuana is more common in females than in males across grades and demographic groups.
This just in. Beyonce was wrong. Males run the world. Or at least they will, because not only do females smoke weed more than males, but they also vape more too.
We now go live to a vape versus weed debate between 2 groups of teenagers in a Gilmore Park.
The Trailblazers also put on their 4th annual Mental Health Week this year. In 2017, the Trailblazers conducted a focus group with Waltham High School students on stress and anxiety. Students reported that the most stressful time for them was during big exam weeks. And according to the 2019 Youth Risk Behavior Survey, 3 out of 4 Waltham High students experienced overwhelming stress and anxiety in the past year. That's 75%. Of those students, half experienced overwhelming stress and anxiety frequently. Trailblazers supported the mental health of students during midterms for Mental Health Week this year. And during the week, the Trailblazers held different activities, such as creating stress hands with Orbeez, passing out healthy snacks, and holding workshops conducted by Families for Depression Awareness on anxiety and depression. This is the 4th consecutive year that our Trailblazers have been granted with a mini grant project from the 84 movement. The 84 is a statewide movement of youth fighting tobacco in Massachusetts. The 84 represents the 84% of Massachusetts youth who did not smoke when the movement began. Now, 93.4% of youth do not smoke. This year, the Trailblazers created memes and information cards to share on social media to educate their peers on how the big tobacco industry targets communities of color. They then invited their peers to watch a short video on Black Lives, Black Lungs, and have a deeper discussion via Zoom. We got some great feedback. This year, Trailblazers were also nominated for Chapter of the Year out of 77 chapters throughout Massachusetts. Although we did not win this year, we are excited to continue educating and encouraging our community policymakers on the impact that the big tobacco industry has on the most vulnerable populations. One tangible outcome of the Trailblazers' city and state level advocacy is the passage of the new law in December 2019 that bans the sale of flavored tobacco products and also restricts sales of e-cigarettes to adult-only tobacco stores and adds an excise tax for wholesale on e-cigarettes here in Massachusetts. What a year it has been. From hosting new events, to going virtual, to finding new ways to connect with our students, we are proud to say that the 2019 to 2020 school year was one that we will always remember. Finally, we want to say thank you to all of you. Amazing people like you provide us with the support to continue on with the work that we do. Your support, willingness to volunteer, and kindness play a huge role in the work that we do. A special thank you to Boston Children's Hospital, Waltham Partnership for Youth's 2019 to 2020 Diamond sponsor. Boston Children's Hospital has been a Waltham Partnership for Youth partner since the organization's inception 30 years ago, providing pro bono speakers and clinical support at our events, serving as a member of this coalition, and funding several of our mental health initiatives. They are also a key partner in our summer internship program. The hospital's unwavering support has been crucial in ensuring that Waltham youth and families have access to the resources they need to thrive. Thank you, Boston Children's Hospital.
Thank you.
To our sponsors,
To our volunteers,
And to our community members.
We couldn't have done this work without you.
Yay! We hope you all enjoyed that video that we put together for you that really highlights all of what we have done this year. And again, just want to echo thank you for all of your support. I'm blown away that we have 52 people on here. So thank you. We really, really appreciate all of your support. Awesome. So that was our video of our highlights. And to go with that, we're going to ask you now a poll question. So Shanisha, you want to cue up that poll for me? This question is going to ask you, what was your favorite event this year? So we just recapped everything that we did this past year. We want to know, what was your favorite thing, an event this year? So I'll give you a couple seconds to do that. And while you're doing that poll, I'm going to go ahead and get ready for our next portion. And that is introducing our guest speaker for the evening, Kurt Faustin. And so in a second, my face is going to go away and I'm going to bring Kurt up on the screen. And Kurt's going to lead us in an activity on how we can stress less, which again is important during this time. So Kurt Faustin is a stress management and personal development coach and a certified at-risk youth trainer who has worked with students and adults at colleges and universities, organizations, prison release facilities, and major corporations, sharing methods and techniques for creating a more successful life. So before we bring Kurt up here, we're just gonna end this poll and share the results. So it looks like lots of people really love all of our events. That's awesome. So happy that you're all loving all of our events. Yay. It seems like the next one after that is the showcase. That's awesome. We're not even, all the way through it, but you've been to a showcase before in the past. That's awesome. Coalition and Trailblazer meetings. That's great. We love putting those on for you every month. Trailblazers meet every week with Shanisha, she's amazing for them. And I know that the students love that. And then next after that was the Breaking Stigma in Communities of Color. Yeah, definitely. That event was amazing. We had so many great panelists there, as you heard in our video. So thanks for participating in this poll. We are excited that you're enjoying it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spotlight Kurt, and I'm going to ask him to share his screen, and he can take over.
Yes. You guys can hear me good, right?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, it's amazing. All right, perfect. So I'm about to share my screen right now. All right. I am very honored. I'm very excited to be here today. Honestly, I'm going to be very honest and frank with you guys. This is my second time doing this. I feel like you guys are family. We're all unified right now. It's a beautiful feeling. I was up very, very late yesterday, actually protesting with the Black Lives Matter movement at State Street till good 12:30 in the morning last night. I woke up early today working with an organization trying to piece together some type of messaging that they could relay to their audience, to their community, to figure out how they can really speak about this issue and also provide solutions to this issue. So in general, I am very tired, but when I'm tired, I am very energetic. I am very hyper. I am very excited. So throughout this whole entire presentation, I am going to need for you guys to participate. I will be asking questions, so I'm hoping you guys will engage, you will talk, you will type in the chat room, whatever the case is. I didn't have any coffee, I gave that up, but I promise you my level is at 10 on the scale of 1 to 7. So it's going to be good. We created, me and my friends, we have this vision, this dream. I know Martin Luther King has this dream. Well, Kurt Faustin as well has this dream. We have a dream, right? Imagine what life would be like if you could think in your own community in Waltham. If individuals were able to strive towards their goal, their dream, their aspiration, if they could actualize any idea that they had within their mind by removing the emotional barriers and minimizing their stress level. Think what could happen to you if you were able to live life when you are a little bit stress less. I have met some of the most talented people in life. I promise you. I've been speaking for 8 years now, 8 going on 9 years now, and I've spoken all over, whether it's $1 million companies to prisons, to halfway houses, to colleges, to schools, everything that you can think of, I've probably been there speaking. I've even spoke at a church event. It was crazy, right? I've been all over speaking, and I realized this one key factor. Success is not determined by the knowledge you have. It's not. Success is not determined by the knowledge you have. Prime example, in school they teach you knowledge is power. Everyone says that. And I'm telling you today, ladies and gentlemen, it's a lie. Knowledge is not power. It's not. I'll give you a prime example. I met a man, I promise you, he knew math numbers better than he knew math problems. He could do math problems in his mind better than anyone I have ever met in my life. If you say, 17 times 17, he could give you the answer before you pull out a calculator. 1,000 times whatever number you pull out, he would give you the answer faster than you could pull out a calculator. It was just crazy. I met another man in the same facility. He was so smart, he knew everything about economics. Everything you can think about economics. He could tell you everything about it. I met another man that knew so many different things about sociology. He was almost like a doctor. It was just crazy to me. Even though all of these men I'm describing were so smart, they had so much knowledge, but unfortunately, they did not apply their knowledge. Because each and every individual I'm describing, I actually met when I was doing my prison program speaking to them. Knowledge, once again, is not power. It is the potential for power. So everything I say today, I am going to provide you knowledge, but it's going to be up to you to apply it to your life. I'm going to provide you gems, techniques, tips, whatever the case is. But once again, it is up to you to activate it or exercise it within your life. So we're going to start this off. I'm really excited today, right? So in the chat room, in a scale of 1 to 10, let us know, how are you feeling today? How are you feeling in the scale 1 to 10? 10 being the best, 1 being and 0 being non-existent. How's that? In the scale 1 to 10, how are you feeling today? Let's look in the chat box. Let's see how people are feeling. Hold on. There we have people going down. Perfect. Okay, we have a 6, a 5. Right now I'm a 10. I'm excited about that. We have a 6, another 6, a 5, an 8, a 5, an 8, a 6. Oh, 5, 5, 8. So it ranges. Someone else at 10. Okay, so we're ranging from, it seems as though, a 5 through a 10. But let's take it a step further. What's right now? Why are you, okay, what is the number one problem that you're dealing with today, at this moment in time? What is the number one thing that number one obstacle, the problem? What's the number one barrier that you're dealing with, if you're willing to share? What is the number one barrier that you're facing right now? Go ahead and put it in the chat box. Ignorance. Yep. Disappointment in our society and leadership. Yep. Silence from my school friends. Violence, hatred. Yes, ignorance. Naming it. State of politics, that's a good one. Conflict with my family over opinions. Ooh, disappointment. Donald Trump, that made me laugh. That's a good one. Right? So this is good. This is good right here. So we're dealing with a range of issues. So I want you to think of this problem because I'm going to go over a problem solving module a little bit, motivation and disappointment. Thank you, Andrew, for that. We're going to go over a problem solving module in a little bit, but we're going to go over this real quick. Let's jump right back into this. All right. Last time, I think it was last month, maybe a month and a half ago. I'm not too, about a month and a half ago, I presented this to you guys. It's what we call the identity circles. What are the circles that make up who you are? So here are some of the basic things. How you are unique. Something important. What makes you happy? Name a fear. What's your dream job? And name a goal. Here are some of the things that make up who you are, ladies and gentlemen. For example, I'll be very honest with myself. My fear is heights. I am 6'3", but I promise you, if you put me on a roller coaster, I will become 4'1" in a matter of seconds. I am that terrified of heights. I am not good with it. I don't even like it. Something that makes me happy is very simple. My son, I have a 5-year-old son. We love to play Superman and villains, and somehow I always get beaten up, even though he's like this high. It makes no sense. But he is someone that puts a smile on my face. Something that makes me unique is that I am consistently energetic. I don't get it. I wake up energetic on a 10, and I go to sleep probably at a 9.8. It's just different. I don't get it. Something that is a goal of mine. One day, I know it's going to happen. I plan on becoming a doctor. I plan on becoming a doctor, doing psychology, and I also want to open up my own school one day. That is a very big, lofty goal, but I see it. I envision it. I'm in love with it, and I know it's going to happen. And something that's important is unity. Unity in my community. Rhymes, you like it? Never mind. But unity in my community, it is something that is so important. And when I say my community, I live in a Hyde Park in Mattapan right now. I'm not just talking about Hyde Park, Mattapan. I'm talking about Boston. I'm talking about Waltham. I'm talking about more than my city and more than my city. I'm talking about my state, my nation, this beautiful country that I have been born in. I would love to see unity in my community. I would love it. I would love it. So for a lot of individuals, some of their barriers come when they are unable to identify and answer some of these questions. When they're unable to identify a goal for themselves, something that's important, something that makes them unique, they come across a lot of different obstacles. And if that's you right now, trust me, it is A-okay. Prime example, I have met a lot of people in life that just don't know what makes them unique. And it's okay, absolutely okay. You may have grown up, I'm of Haitian descent, so at times my beautiful culture can be a little bit negative at times. My parents did not point out my ability to speak. I didn't have the greatest teachers in the world. I didn't have an organization like this to point out some of my skills and my strength. So all my life, I've been told that I talk way too much. Why are you too loud? And what I thought was a weakness was actually a skill set that made me unique, because I have an ability to inspire and be energetic and see a vision beyond the vision, right? So if you are someone that is struggling with identifying some of these questions right now, here is one very, very, very simple tip. Go up to 3 of your closest friends and ask them, what do you think makes me unique? Go up to your mother, your father, your uncle, your brothers, your sisters. If you're in a relationship, your best friend, you name it, the people that you are around the most. Ask them that simple question. What makes you unique? And you'll be able to come up with some different and unique answers. All right. All right, perfect. So one of the tips I'm going to focus on today is, I just want to focus on this. What is your goal? What is your goal? I think we talked a little bit about this last time, but I would love for you to put in the chat. Go in the chat for me and please put in, what is your goal? Let's see what some of y'all come up with. What is your goal? Is your goal for unity in your community, just like me? Is your goal one day to become president? Is your goal, I don't know, maybe to have a multi-million-dollar business? What is your goal? Go ahead and throw that in the chat for me. Hold on. Let's see. All right. Growth. I love it. Growth. Tracy said, be a lawyer. Ooh, I love that, Tracy. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Own my own business. To have a career that makes me happy and help others around. Yes. To go to college and become a history teacher. Okay. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's see. To be joyful in the life with God. Okay, very spiritual. I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's see. Someone else stated something. To always make a difference in my community. I love it. These are all beautiful goals right here. All beautiful goals. So first and foremost, I want you guys to celebrate that you have a goal. Honestly, give yourself I'll clap it up for you. Give yourself a round of applause that the fact that you have a goal, you're already ahead of the curve. That's amazing right there. That is amazing. Because a lot of individuals right now are struggling because they don't have a goal. But I just want to warn you. Even though you have a goal, I promise you, you're going to run into problems. We are dealing with a plethora of problems right now. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, what walk of life you are going through. Life is going to knock you down. It's going to swing at you. It's going to push you over. It doesn't matter if it's in politics, that a lot of people identify politics. It doesn't matter if it's within your family. It could be financial. Life will knock you down. And once again, that is okay. The key is how do you cope and how do you deal with these problems? That will determine your ability to achieve these goals. Ladies and gentlemen, how do you achieve these goals? So I'll give you guys a prime example, right? Yes, perfect. I'll give you guys a prime example. This right here is a formula that you just need in life. Emotions, actions, results. The result that everyone wants is their goal. Everyone said they want their goal, right? We're all talking about it. You want to be a lawyer. You want to make a difference in your community. You want to own your own business. Congratulations. But I'm telling you, what gives you a result will be activities, your actions. To get something in life, you have to do something. Makes perfect sense. But let's go a little bit deeper. This is me putting on my doctor hat. What makes people do things in life? It is emotions. Your emotions will drive your behavior. Your behavior will then give you a result. Prime example, we could look at the communities that we're living in right now. Emotionally, we are feeling upset. We're feeling angry. We're feeling stressed. Our actions is that we're protesting. That's what's going on. We're protesting, we're angry, we're marching up and down the street, we're trying to fight for our rights because our emotional state is that we're feeling so frustrated, we're feeling so stressed, we're so sad and depressed on what's going on, and that's leading to our actions that we're doing right now, that I was doing last night in the streets. But let's flip it around another way. We all are going to feel an array of emotions, whether it's sad, mad, happy, depressed, frustrated. But the activities you do when you feel that is going to make all the difference in the world. For example, you guys gave some beautiful statistics. You said 1 out of 5 people within Waltham are smoking marijuana. What emotional state are people usually in for you to smoke? Some of us might be stressed. Some of us might be overwhelmed. Once again, the emotions is not the problem, but it's the behaviors that we do aligned with the emotions tend to be the issue. So think about it. Every emotion will have will come with a set of behaviors that will give us a set of results. And we can legit reverse engineer everybody's success right here today. I've seen it all over, right? So when I was frustrated back when I was a kid, I'll give you guys a prime example. When I was 12 years old, that's when I first got introduced to weed. I started smoking weed at 12 years old. It is very young, very early in my life. I was stressed out due to family issues and family drama. I didn't know what was going on, but I was introduced into it, and I said, this is a great way for me to cope with my anger. This was the only way I knew. Unfortunately, unlike you guys, I was not involved with the community like you are right here. I did not have any mentors or any good role models that could give me a set of techniques that could help me overcome some of the emotional stresses I was dealing with. Unlike you guys, I wasn't even communicating when I was frustrated and upset. I used to shut down, keep it all in, and I would keep it all to myself, and it ruined, it literally put me in so many difficult issues in my life. So I would love for you guys to sit down and think, when you are sad and when you're frustrated, what are certain things that you tend to do? What's the actions that you tend to do when you're sad and you're frustrated? Do you sleep? Do you shut down? Do you watch TV? Let's read what a couple people say in the chat. What is it that you do when you're frustrated, you're upset, you're going through different emotions, you're disappointed? What is it that you currently do? Shut down. Sleep. Cry it out. Crying is good. Vent, but not always nicely. Talk to someone. Exercise. Boxing. We got a boxer. Okay. Cry. Social media. That's a good one. That's a good one. Cry. Perfect. Okay. So this is good. I am glad that you guys are able to identify. I'm glad that you guys are able to identify what you do when you are emotionally feeling some type of way. So what I want to do, because I only got a couple minutes left, the time flew by. All right, what I want you guys to think of is this, right? Because I had all right, perfect. Here is a model. Here is a quick model that I want to share with you guys that I honestly know can help you deal with any problems that you are facing, right? It's called the, sorry about that. It's called the ideal model. IDEA, right? I stands for identifying your problem. Identifying your problem. Great, we can all identify a lot of our problems. And if you're having issues identifying your problem, that is when you need to talk to a mentor. Need to talk to someone, whether it's even within this great organization. They had so many great events this year. You can easily outreach to someone and say, hey, can you help me? I would love to speak to you about one or two issues that I'm going on in my mind emotionally. The second one, define the problem. It's good to know what the issue is, but can you define it? Do you clearly understand it? The third solution is explore all answers. Write down, seriously, the next time you're going through a problem, pull out a notebook, a pen with a close friend or a mentor and explore every single option that there might be. What could all the answers be? It's usually not just one answer. If you think about it, there's so many ways to get to a destination. You could take a car, you could walk, you could hitchhike, you could take a train. There's so many ways to get to your destination. The next one is act. We have to act on it. We must act. And then the last part of it is learn from the results. If you can take these 5 steps, the next time that you're going through stress, the next time you're going through problems, I promise you, you will be able to fast track the goals that you are looking to achieve in your life. Whether your goal is to be a lawyer, to open up your own business, or more importantly, trying to bring unity within our community, you will be able to fast track your ability to achieve that success. So I do want to be mindful and respectful of the time. I believe my time is up. So I want to thank all of you guys. Thank all of you guys for this moment. It's been a pleasure working with you guys. And if you have any questions, concerns, you want to talk about something on the side, please feel free. Contact me on whether it's on the social media, email me, talk to me, whatever it is, because I am here to make sure we can assist you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kurt. Appreciate your insight. And that was a lot of energy, even though you were out super late last night. So I appreciate your energy for sure. Thank you very, very much. And right as Kurt said, yes, we're going to keep moving forward with our program tonight. It's definitely different doing things virtually. It seems like time flies by a lot quicker. So Kurt, I'm just going to ask if you, thanks for sharing your screen. So I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm going to go to the next slide.
This year,
I'm
Waltham
going to play that for you guys again. Sorry. Okay. Oh, sorry, Kurt. That was your photo. Forgot to put that up. Well, there's Kurt again. You guys got to see him live. Awesome. So now we're going to transition into our award ceremony, and I am going to let Katie Dowsett, our executive director, take over from here, and she will be leading this section of the evening. So I'm going to put Katie on.
All right. I'm going to be reading a little bit, so I apologize that I'm not looking up at the camera and seeing y'all, but I'm incredibly excited for this portion of the event. You know, Kurt was just talking about encouraging people to define a problem and to take action. So we get to take a few minutes tonight to recognize people in our community who have done that, who have identified a problem and had the courage to take action and to figure out ways to do that and to do it collaboratively. I'm reminded on a daily basis, no matter how difficult things are, that there are always people in the Waltham community doing amazing work to support others and to advocate for equity and justice in all its forms. So we're excited to have the opportunity tonight to lift up and celebrate some of those people. In particular, we will be honoring youth and adults in the following areas: demonstrating leadership in addressing youth mental health and wellness, demonstrating leadership in addressing youth substance use and prevention, or youth substance use prevention, intervention, and treatment, and a broader category, having the courage to address other challenging issues that affect youth and the community. And these folks that are winning awards, they were nominated by other members of the community. So back in maybe February or March, we opened up the nomination process. And so you'll get to see who was nominated and who's been selected to receive an award. Those who made the nominations did submit remarks. In some cases, I'll be reading their remarks for them. In other cases, we'll be inviting them up to the screen to read their own remarks. So first, we are awarding Devin Shmueli from Families for Depression Awareness in the area of improving mental health in our community. Terry Egan, who's actually a WPY board member, is the person that nominated Devin. Terry is here with us tonight, but he has told us that because there's not a lot of quiet in the room that he's in, he's asked us to read his remarks for him. So these are Terry's words nominating Devin. Devin Shmueli has a passion for mental health education and stigma reduction in communities of faith and among young adults. This dovetails exquisitely with the WPY Coalition's mission. Devin jumped right into his joining the Waltham Coalition for Youth in 2019 by helping open up its reach into the faith-based community, which has been a sector historically underrepresented in the coalition. His efforts led to the first church in Waltham hosting a youth risk behavior survey community discussion. Teachers, parents, students, and volunteers discussed the results in expansive dialogue. Additionally, Devin helped coordinate several events and workshops that the Waltham Partnership for Youth and Families for Depression Awareness co-sponsored. For Devin's enthusiastic and welcoming interaction with all of Waltham's youth, I congratulate him for receiving this prestigious award. Thank you so much, Devin. We're so glad that we got to meet you this year and that you've been part of our work. Thank you. So Devin did share a statement that he wanted to share. And again, you know, virtually it's difficult to bring everyone up, so I apologize that this will be from my voice again, but these are Devin's words. I have so much gratitude for the Waltham Partnership for Youth and the Coalition. We all do so much to contribute to the health and wellness of youth and families in Waltham and beyond. And I have so much respect, appreciation, and admiration for the many youth who are involved in education and advocacy, not only for themselves, but for their peers and the larger community. We couldn't agree more, Devin. The youth are what get us up in the morning every day and keep us working and keep us working hard. So thank you again so much. Our next award goes to Alex Laguerre, a junior at Waltham High School, and this award is for her work in educating her peers on substance use prevention. Sophomore Taisha Desert is the one who nominated Alex, and Taisha actually could not be here this evening, but again, she did send her remarks for us to read. So these are Taisha's words. Alex has won this award because she has shown great courage and determination when speaking out against substance use and mental illness. Through her years at Waltham High School and as a trailblazer, she's committed to educating her fellow classmates about the dangers of vaping and other substance abuse. I was first introduced to the topic of the tobacco industry hunting on people of color through Alex. On her Instagram story, she wasn't afraid to spread the word about it and invited me to the discussion about the topic. Alex is very kind-hearted, intelligent, relentless, and thoughtful person, which is shown through her work as a trailblazer. Alex uses her platform on Instagram and Snapchat to talk about mental illness, substance abuse, and to talk about dealing with such situations. Previously, she did a check-in during quarantine to talk to people who were having a hard time and give them some easy-to-follow tips to stay calm and how to communicate those hard feelings. Alex models what Trailblazers stands for, and she does her best to help everyone to take care of those in need. She is a great friend and an even greater advocate and leader. Such an incredible testimony, and I know from the work that we've seen Alex do, she's fearless, she's compassionate, she's full of love, and I'm so glad that she is being honored tonight. So next we will be awarding Jean Devine and Barbara Passero for their work in engaging and educating Waltham youth on environmental issues, and Francesca Cucci, a junior at Waltham High School, who nominated Jean and Barbara, will be sharing her remarks.
Hi, everyone. So I'm going to be reading from a piece of paper, so I'll be looking down. But Jean and Barbara have been actively engaging with the Waltham youth for several years through their Youth Environmental Entrepreneurship Program. This paid internship teaches teens the principles of ecosystem gardening, as well as how to build, market, and launch a service business where they install and maintain native plants for their customers. In addition to this amazing program, both Jean and Barbara have funded and supported the start of Waltham High's Environmental Club. With their help, Lisa, a peer at Waltham High School, and I were able to host Waltham High's first Climate Cafe, an interactive workshop with high school students that included presentations on biodiversity and climate justice/activism. They always have the best intentions in mind and are eager to educate children on climate change, and that's why I chose to nominate them for this award. Yay, Jean and Barbara.
Yay, congratulations, Jean and Barbara. Again, going back to what Kurt said earlier, Jean and Barbara have been persistent, fearless advocates for environmental justice and environmental activism here in Waltham. I know, Jean and Barbara, that you sometimes have felt alone in this fight, and that this work doesn't get the attention it deserves, particularly in our community. And so we're so grateful for your persistence. So thank you, Francesca, for calling that out. Jean and Barbara also have a statement they wanted to share. As co-founders of Meadowscaping for Biodiversity, we are honored to be recognized with this award from the Waltham Partnership for Youth Coalition. Since launching our Youth Environmental Entrepreneurship Program in 2014, we have found it rewarding to work with the Waltham students, peer youth organizations, and political leaders in Waltham. Our high school and college-age student participants are entrepreneurial activists committed to shaping a better world. They understand the urgent need for planting native plants and trees, to restore biodiverse ecosystems and address global warming, and they use their voices and votes to call for positive actions to make resilient communities. So thank you again. Thanks for all your work, and congratulations. Finally, we will be awarding Alexis Sanford, a graduating senior at Waltham High School, for her work addressing several challenging topics such as mental health, racism, discrimination, and equity. Karina Diaz, another graduating senior, nominated Alexis, and she will be sharing her nomination remarks.
Hi, Alexis actively participated in and led many programs focused on bringing awareness to social issues surrounding the Waltham community, such as the Waltham Public Library's Real Talk, Trailblazers, and the Mariel Youth Summit. These programs allowed her to grow as a leader. With her leadership skills, Alexis educated many on the importance of teen sexual mental health, police brutality, institutionalized racism, substance abuse, and so much more through workshops and the use of social media. In her sophomore year, her sophomore composition project was based on destroying racism, prejudice, and language barriers in the Waltham High School. It didn't stop there. This year, her senior year, she was part of a pilot ethnic studies class where she furthered her knowledge on important issues like racial inequality, gender discrimination, deportation rights, and so on. Working firsthand with Alexis, I was able to experience her passion, deeply rooted in what she believed in. When she saw something that didn't click with her morally, she addressed it. Many times, this resulted in important conversations being had. Alexis wanted to make a positive change in her community and actively pursued that goal with stride. The University of Bridgeport is incredibly lucky to have her for the next 4 years. Without a doubt, she will do amazing things in her future.
Congratulations again, Alexis, not only for all of the advocacy that Karina just described, but also for your college acceptance and your next steps. We will certainly miss having you here in Waltham, but we hope you'll stay part of our community. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Shanisha to do a little bit more to recognize the graduating seniors. Oh, I forgot one thing. Apologies. We are excited to say that all of our award winners will be gifted with the $25 gift card of their choosing. We will send you out an email with the information about how to access that later this week. Thank you again and congratulations.
So this is always a very difficult time for me in particular. I have to say goodbye to my seniors, but I'm also so happy to celebrate all the work that they have done over the past 4 years, or whether I just met them this year. As you can see, there's so much great things that the Trailblazers has accomplished this year and continue to accomplish. And one of the most recent accomplishments, I may add, there was a law that was just passed to ban all flavored tobacco products to be sold in public stores. So there will no longer be any flavored tobacco products. And I can't say that's only the work of the Trailblazers, but the Trailblazers definitely had a part of the statewide policy making. So thank you, Trailblazers, for all your hard work. I am going to miss my seniors so desperately bad, especially because quarantine, COVID-19 kind of took over the last couple months that we got to celebrate with you guys. So thank you, and I hope you guys enjoyed the short video that we put together for you guys. I know that video could not justify all of the great things that you've done, but honestly, if we could put it all in a video, we would probably be here until 9 o'clock. So we thank you, thank you so much, and we definitely appreciate you. That's from me and from the whole WPY team.
Awesome. Thank you all so very much. I mean, like, I was part of this whole planning process, and even just seeing it all come to life, it's still so inspiring and provides me with a lot of hope. And I hope that this, hour and a half or so that we spent together was a good way for you to step away from any other stress that you might be feeling and really holding on to that word that you put into that word cloud that we created. What is your word for hope? And I hope you're leaving here with some even more words of hope and inspiration. And so we really want to invite all of you to be part of this work as we move forward. So fingers crossed for an in-person world in the future, but we will still be having our coalition meetings, our Trailblazer meetings. So if you want to be part of helping us to plan these events, be part of these events, be part of the Trailblazers, and be on the ground, the movers and the shakers of really helping to reduce substance use, as Shanisha said, really helping to be part of a statewide law, which is like a huge accomplishment to be part of. So if you're interested in that or know someone that would be interested in being involved, please reach out to me. My email is ivy@walthampartnershipforyouth.org. So definitely reach out to me and we'll make sure we get you set up. But just again, want to thank you all for being here tonight, for being part of all of our work, for donating, for supporting, for everything that you have done. We couldn't say thank you enough. And this was a lot of fun, even though we were in a virtual space. And so just because we have a couple extra minutes, I will just ask Katie and Shanisha if they have any last words. But other than that, I do just hope that you take some of this hope and positivity, inspiration into the rest of your night, and just always know that the Waltham Partnership for Youth team, even though we're small, we're very, very mighty, and we're always here for you. So if you ever need anything, please, please, please reach out to us. So feel free to unmute yourselves. Don't have to.
Just a reminder, we are in room 178A, all the way down by the copy machine area. If you're ever needing just to stop by, ask a question, talk about internships, talk about just mental health, please do come by.
Awesome, perfect. Well, that's all we got now, folks. So feel free to hang out with us for an extra 20 minutes. We did end earlier than anticipated, so but still, we appreciate you all being here, and hopefully that means you get to enjoy the sun a little bit more. And then congratulations again to all of our amazing award winners. Like, that was an amazing segment. So many great testimonials to so many amazing people, and all of you deserve the world and more. So definitely congratulations. Awesome. All right, well, we will be here just to field any questions, and then we'll close it in about 2 minutes just to be safe. But we're just gonna go silent. I'm not gonna keep talking. If you have a question, go in the chat box or the Q&A box.